Hey guys, Darren here. Welcome to Mayhem Country Living. I want to show you something I'm working on. And this is not about fixing or repairing things. Specifically, it's about problem solving. This is an ignition switch to a riding mower. And this is specifically, this is from a Husqvarna. These things are standard all the way across the board. But I want to show you what I do to problem solve issues like mechanical issues on homestead. It can save you money, and at a certain point it's like I might as well look at it, dig into it, because otherwise I'll just have to buy the new piece and replace it. And that's not a problem, swapping parts out, replacing things. Why is this important? Well, you have generators, you have water pumps, you have other pieces of equipment around your property, tillers, generators, tractors, and everything. And this follows the same theme. And we're just going to dig into it a little bit. I used to do this for a living, but it's just regular problem solving skills. And it's nice to do it on a sunny day when you have time to dig into it, decide if you need to have an extra, just replace it completely, or if you're lucky enough to repair it and everything, that's even better. So it's a good skill to build knowledge, skill sets in addition to having the ability and the funds to replace the parts. So it's just something that I do, piddle around with these things. An ignition switch. There's nothing springs or anything like that to worry about. Document everything that you do as you pull anything apart, whether it is a pump, a motor, a flywheel for any kind of generating equipment, a windmill, anything like that. Just document it. We now have the wonderful ability to take countless pictures for free. We used to do Polaroids of stuff when we were working on small engines, or working on, when I was racing, working on doing drag racing, stuff like that, working on equipment. Just take pictures and pictures and pictures. Polaroids, that way you could just get them out immediately, shake them off, blow on them, set them aside, as you can, so you could document everything. Just an ignition switch, $75 probably. You might be able to get it cheaper online. If you go into your local place, they'll say, yes, we got it, and we can, whatever. And or they'll say, well, yeah, we can order it, but whatever. It's worth it to do it now, build up your skills, and just rely on them while there is no pressure on you, when it's not thundering and lightning and raining, and you have to do this. So, more to come. You can see when I'm pulling something apart like this, I score a mark here. Did it with a pick. And here. Now you can do it with a Sharpie if you want to, but I just decided to do a permanent thing, and we pop this thing open and just look at it and see. Now, dust and dirt and debris get inside this and make it hinky for starting. Now this goes with anything, just problem solve, look, analyze, diagnose, and then work from there. So we'll crack this thing open with just little tabs all the way around it. Again, you're not going to, if it's at the point where you have to take it apart and look at it, you're not doing anything, you're not spending anything but time, and you're learning. So more to come. Okay, now we're back. Opened it up, popped everything loose. I know how it goes back together because I took photos and I scored marks on it. And you can see that's just the normal grease. But you can see all of the junk that's in there. Now, I had to go to Walmart, the way it is, and get some cleaners and everything. So we just peel this thing apart, and I'll spin the camera around and show you. Okay, look at that, how nasty everything is. And I've already taken photos of the position while everything is in the off position. This could be an ignition switch for a generator, a water pump, anything you can really think of. Something to do with your tractor, bush hog, front end loader. There we go. And I don't want to be crazy. You see the little springs. We didn't mess them up. All right, there's nothing else in there but this. All these are contacts. That's all they are. And the grease helps hold everything in place. We're going to clean everything and remove it. Look at that. See, there's nothing on it. Now, we're going to clean it, and then we're going to reapply the grease, look at the contacts, and then we will put everything back together, apply new grease, and then go from there. More to come. Okay guys, here's something interesting to look at. You'll see this right here. This is a loose piece. It's just kind of floating around, hanging out. This, more than likely, is the problem. And from this, I don't think we're going to be able to repair this, because just eyeballing it, this, I think, might go into this. Now, this is really good, just diagnostics. We will see. We, as my military friends say, we might be Tango Unicorn or No Joy, but we will see. More to come. Okay, and you can see we've got it back in place. It looks like it had slipped from that position. And then this is, I've never really done it with these models. This is a set of precision files that I have, and so I just filed and adjusted the little tab. How long will it stay? I don't know. I don't know, but it will do in a pinch. I suppose I could put some blue Loctite or red Loctite behind it. That might be an idea, and I don't think that will cause a problem with connection. Actually, I think I might do that, and we will just go from there. So, still hadn't tested it yet. Got to put it all back together, lubricate everything, then put it back together, and we'll see. More to come. Okay, guys, you can see got a little bit of that blue Loctite behind it. It's good stuff. We're gonna let this dry for a few minutes, and like I said, this may work, maybe not. I don't know, but at least we've given it a good try. I have cleaned all of these contacts, so as they ride, they will adjust. And then I've got a little bit of general purpose grease to put on it. So looks like we're pretty good right now. More to come. Okay guys, now referring to your score marks, you just orient everything, pop it back into place. Now, more to come. Okay guys, now we're back and we're getting ready to set this into place with the clips. Slips right in, and then under here we're going to line up the plugs. So I'm going to need both hands for this. I'll set you down. Or come. Well, just leave it running. There we go. There we go. Doesn't take long. It's clipped into place. And then get everything situated. We're going to put these screws into place. People are going to say, what was that? Well, a tree limb fell and hit the pull button to engage the electric PTO. And rather than just buy a new one, which again is a little expensive, less than $100, but expensive, I just drilled a deck screw into it. Pull on, push off. More to come. All right, now the moment of truth, guys. We'll see how it works, if it works. I'm thinking 50-50. There we go. It works. We got joy. How about that? All right. Make sure that's turned off. Okay guys, now we're back and it worked. So it took normally, if I'm not filming or recording, it would take about 45 minutes or something to do that, to check the equipment and everything. So it beats having to pay 75 or 100 bucks depending where you ordered that part from, and you can cut with it for another season at least. And when it's time to do it and I have the disposable income to do it, I can just replace it at my leisure, as well as the electric PTO. And if you want to get in there and kind of half-ass it, you could actually just put a toggle switch in there for the PTO. You could do that, but you might as well fix it right when it breaks completely. So, the way it is. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. And this is just maintenance around the homestead. Problem solving. That's all it is. You can do this. You can do a motor on a generator, a water pump, pool pump, anything like that. Simple stuff. Just document it, take good pictures, and work your way through it. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Take care of you people.